In this video I come to tell you about 10 products that we usually have in our home that can cause the death of our dog instantly, in a very short time. And that in some cases, as you will see, we have an antidote. You can take it to a veterinary clinic and we can act quickly and effectively, and in other cases, unfortunately not. Therefore, knowing what products are these, so extremely dangerous, will be of great help to you, in the same way as with children, that is, to avoid leaving them always within reach of your dog. Look, the number one, the one that most cases, on a daily basis, can cause the death of a dog at home, is the antifreeze. This, well, maybe if you live in an apartment, it will sound a bit Chinese to you, but many people who live in single-family houses, in double rooms, etc., have a garage at the bottom of the house where they put the car. And it is normal that among the utensils of the car you have a little antifreeze, especially now in winter. The antifreeze, you have to know that it is very attractive. The smell of the antifreeze attracts most dogs. And also, as it is based on propylene glycol, it has a very sweet flavor that the dogs, as soon as they lick it a little, they start, and they don't stop. This, if we don't act quickly, can cause the death of the dog between 8 and 10 hours after ingesting the antifreeze. Fortunately, in clinics there is an antidote. Secondly, we have the rat poison. The rat poison, you know, is usually formulated on the basis of warfarin, which is a product that will prevent the dog from closing the wounds. It does not coagulate the blood, it is an anticoagulant. So, at the slightest blow, at the slightest wound, the dog can bleed. And, well, it is a very unpleasant death. Therefore, if you detect that the dog has eaten rats, or that it has eaten the classic rat that has previously eaten rats, it is urgent that you take it to a veterinary center. Because in this case there is also an antidote, a product that will prevent the dog from dying from, I already told you, internal bleeding. Thirdly, we have the dung bait. Dung baits are also highly toxic baits for dogs. In most cases, these baits are formulated from dung metal, and it is a product that damages the dog's kidney very seriously and in a very short time. Here, basically, what you will have to do is urgently, if you detect it, the antidotes do not work very well in this case, perform a stomach wash or cause your dog to vomit. Up here I leave you a video explaining how to perform the maneuver to make it vomit if you detect that it has ingested dung bait. Then we have the cleaning products. The cleaning products attract dogs a lot. From the bleach, ammonia, glycols, etc. They are products that have a smell that many dogs remember in a certain way. The smell of the urine of other dogs, they smell it, there is a taste that is not unpleasant for them, they start drinking and burns are quickly caused at the level of the digestive system. Burns that can cause a peritonitis and a frankly fast and painful death. Here you cannot make them vomit because many of these products can cause you damage when it happens and when it comes out. Basically, you will have to choose to give activated carbon, give a series of substances that prevent the absorption of these toxins. Up here I explain in a video how you have to make the activated carbon work in a case like this one that I recommend. Then we have xylitol. Xylitol is a substance that is present in many of the products we have at home. Centrifugal pastes, gum and others. But xylitol is very toxic for dogs. It causes a very important acute renal damage. It can cause a renal failure and an apathetic failure in just a few days after ingestion. It is not as fast as the others, but also very fast in terms of its way of acting. You also have to be very careful with drugs, especially with analgesics. Acetaminophen is a product that is tremendously toxic for dogs. Ibuprofen is the same. We recommend it, yes, but in very controlled doses. And the dog, unfortunately, is not going to take the dose that we can dictate as veterinarians or that you can apply at a given moment. And then we also have some foods that we have in common, that we eat a lot at home or that we cook with them, and that, without realizing it, are also tremendously toxic. For example, garlic and onion. I know that in some videos I have talked about garlic, for example, to get rid of parasites, but we give it in very small doses. A high dose that the dog has access to a plate of food cooked with onion or garlic can perfectly cause an hemolytic anemia in dogs. Chocolate is exactly the same. The theobromine of chocolate is highly toxic for any dog. Avocados, which are becoming more and more fashionable. Avocados are rich in a substance known as persina, which is a natural antifungal that the avocado itself produces, but which can be deadly for dogs. And finally, grapes or raisins. It is not known what is the nature of the product that grapes and raisins have in themselves, but they can cause the death of the dog with a very small intake. That is, with 50 to 60 grams of grapes, they can take a 10-kilo dog ahead. And you will recognize that this is something relatively easy to achieve, so be very careful and detect it as soon as possible. As I mentioned earlier, make the dog vomit. This is very important. Okay. Well, nothing else. Thank you very much and see you in the next videos. Take care. Bye.
这样